Hi, welcome to Gear Garage. My name is Zach. This is a show about whitewater stuff. It's my friend Dustin.
Howdy.
And today we're talking about river kitchen geometry, which I care passionately about. Right? This is a thing where like you got to get it right. And I strongly feel that the Power L is the king of all kitchen geometries. Can I tell you why?
I would love to hear why.
Okay. So first of all, like you have a serving table right here. You know, people are over here getting food. Right here's a stove, so if you want to cook off the stove, people get like their food, you can serve stuff off the stove, and the dish table is way down there. I really like that. And in between the stove and the dish table is a nice hanging piece. And so if you have behind you, you know, some trees or something, it's kind of blocked off, and everybody has a good view of the river from here. So
yes.
I learned the Power L, that's what I was taught, and so I'm a fan of the Power L.
Well, you always like what you learn first.
Exactly. So that's probably one of the reasons I like it a lot too, actually. But beyond the Power L, what are some other geometries that people like?
Well, the first one that I was introduced to was more of a U shape, like a horseshoe shape.
Yeah.
So we definitely have a serving table, still have our cook table, but our kitchen setup might be behind us, and then any boxes and stuff would be over there, really closing the kitchen off and really trying to keep people out.
So the Power L is really about keeping people out of the kitchen. It's like making a barricade around you.
Yeah.
So if you're throwing knives at each other, only the cooks get hurt, not the people visiting.
Exactly.
I think though the downside of the U is you have to put the dish hammock under a table.
Correct.
Which is like kind of annoying to do dishes and then stick them in a hammock under a table.
Right, and so like that's why I really like this system, is that the dish hammock is kind of its own thing, where having the dish hammock underneath the table, you want to try and avoid having it underneath your dish table, which then does become annoying because you'd be doing dishes and then having to go over here to dry them out and hang them out.
Yeah, and you ideally don't want your dishes drying under your dish table because dishwater might go down and contaminate them.
Exactly.
And so
you're
it's
getting
like
dirty dishwater in your clean dishes.
It's not a super sanitary thing.
Right.
There's also just like the regular L, where the table comes down and there's no dish hammock. Again, it's under the table.
Right.
One of my favorites though is the Power L tree alternate, where you have a table here for serving, a stove table, the dish table next, and then the hammock hanging between the dish table and then
a tree. Yeah.
Yep. That's the Power L tree.
I think that's the power move.
It's a good move because one of the issues with having the Power L is if you have no weight on the final table, and there's dishes in the dish rack, the table might fall over.
They could collapse.
That is a minor weakness of the Power L. But if you have the tree alternate, it's pretty solid.
There's ways to get around it.
Yeah. There's ways to get around it. And the other ones out there, there's the I, the capital I, which is just 3 tables in a row. But that one's not great because you rarely have that much space.
It's all very dependent on the layout of your camp, how big your campsite is, how rocky and how even it is as well.
Yep. I think, but it's good to have terminology. So we have the L, the Power L, the I, the U, and the Power L alternate with the tree.
Yep.
And because when you get to camp, instead of like saying, hey, go set the kitchen up over there, a good troop leader, somebody who like has experience, as a group might say, hey, I see a good spot for a Power L over there.
Right.
Or how about if we do an I over there? Because there's always like people set things up and somebody comes in later. No, put this here, put this there. If there's some sort of terminology, it's easier to pass on the vision to somebody else.
Right. So you're not getting frustrated.
Yeah. Because what happens is somebody goes sets up some tables over there. And I'm like, well, the cooks don't have a very good view of the river. I don't like...
Let's move it around. Let's take this table, put it over there.
People that come bug me in the kitchen, maybe I do want some privacy. Like, if I'm in a very social mood, I can be like, hey, let's do a Power L and put it over here so I can talk to everybody.
Yeah.
If I'm more introverted, I might be like, hey, give me a U over here today because I need a little bit of time to myself. Behind the tree, yeah. But to sum things up, I just want to let everybody know the Power L is where it's at. And it works almost everywhere, but these other ones are options you might want to consider.
Try them all out for yourself. See what works best for you.
Yep. And thanks for joining us. If you have a favorite configuration, tell us in the comments. If you have other configurations, we'd love to hear about them. There is the famous W out there that is rarely done, but there is
I've never seen that one done.
It's mainly done as a novelty. But anybody you have things, please add them in, and thanks for joining us.
Take care.